Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is a beautiful sight to see, quite frankly, not only with what we have behind me here, but what we have in front of us here. My name is Blaine Eccles. I'm the Dean of Students and Vice Provost of Student Affairs, and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you all here today. Thank you so much for being here today as we dedicate this healing, regenerative space. Your presence reinforces what this location is all about. It's about coming together in moments of grief and reflection, to share the burden of sorrow that we all experience, and about taking time to reflect on those we have lost and communicate with them in meaningful ways. That is what the essence of the Healing Garden is about, to be a location to bridge to those that are no longer with us. We will have a few speakers today, but at the end of our time together, we're going to read the names of all the students who have died since November 13th, 2022, and we'll follow that by a moment of silence.
And good afternoon. This is an important and understandably emotional day for our Vandal family as we commemorate the opening of the Vandal Healing Garden and Memorial. The inspiration, thoughtfulness, and hard work that went into this beautiful venue should make Vandals everywhere proud. It was designed, vetted, and built by our students with the guidance and advice of faculty. The student-led effort is much more than a project. It's a community response to a great loss that visited our campus. The terrible tragedy that struck our campus on November of 2022 provided the impetus for this effort. We lost 4 shining lights, full of life and promise. This garden and memorial are dedicated to them and to all the students we've lost during their time at the University of Idaho. Today we consecrate this ground as a place where all can reflect, honor their memories, and heal. It's a reminder that even in moments of sadness and darkness, we can always find light. In the wake of tragedy, I take great inspiration from the response of our community and the amazing resilience of the families involved. This beautiful space is a testament to that response and a symbol of our strength as a Vandal family. From 1889 to 1966, this area of campus was a central hub of activity. The community would gather at McLean Field to cheer on Vandal football and baseball teams. It has since been quieted by time, and is now fitting that this site will be a central place of reflection and remembrance for generations of Vandals. To the students who envisioned this place of healing, and especially to the students, faculty, and staff who brought that vision to life, well done. You've succeeded in what you set out to do. You've created a hallowed place for reflection. You make me so proud to be a Vandal. Thank you. Go Vandals.
Before we get to our next speaker, I'd like to take a few moments to share some words myself. The idea for this garden came about many years ago, long before November 13th, 2022. As Dean of Students, I have the sad privilege of working closely with family and friends of students we've lost while they are enrolled at the University of Idaho. And since I've started my time here in 2015 as the Dean of Students, we've lost 37 Vandals who were enrolled at the university. When I visit this garden, I will always think of Kaylee Gonsalves, Maddie Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. How could I not? But I'll also think of Mamta Kandel, a student from Nepal. Mike Bonar, who was in his senior year when he died. Hudson Lindell, shining beacon of fun. And Catherine Groggett, an incredible Vandal, great leader in her sorority. Names many of you will not know, but students who were enrolled here. And even before my time, we lost other great Vandals, such as Katie Benoit, J.T. Hess and Tracy Egan, who both died in a car accident together, as well as John Knudsen, William Schulberg, and Paul Johnson, 3 students who died in a fire in Galt Hall back in the 1950s. The loss of any individual is tragic and sad. But the thing that unites all of those students and many more is that they were Vandals enrolled here at the University of Idaho. And so this place, this sacred place, is for all of them. This specific garden began in earnest during some of the darkest hours for the University of Idaho. I do not need to recount the tragedy that befell us on that dark day in November of 22, when Kaylee, Maddie, and Ethan and Xana were all taken from us. I knew within days of that horrific incident that there would be a strong interest in creating a lasting memorial to them. There are many individuals who helped bring this space into existence, and this was truly an effort of many and could not have been accomplished without the love and care of so many and all the support that we received at the university. Our time together today is limited, and thus I cannot name all the individuals who have been involved, but I would like to acknowledge a few if you can indulge me for a few minutes more. Specifically, I want to thank the members that were on our Vandal Healing Garden and Memorial Committee. Drew Giacomazzi, Jaden Anderson, Syringa Riley, and Heather Blaschka, all 4 students. They were the students we reached out to representing Sigma Chi, Pi Beta Phi, as well as Alpha Phi, many of their members who are here with us today. Dr. Shauna Corey was one of the first people I asked to be on this committee because she has expertise and knowledge, and we have a College of Art and Architecture where we knew we'd be leaning on them. Celine Accord and Ray Pankoff from Architectural and Engineering Services, Rusty Vineyard and his amazing facilities crew helped us out so very much along the way. Jeff Pilcher, Stacy Rauch, and Jamie Wagner from University Advancement, and Barb Smith from the Dean of Students Office, and Jody Walker. They round out our Vandal Healing Garden and Memorial Committee. But a project like this would not be possible without the help of donations and donors. Just know that whether you donated $1 or over $100,000, you are now part of the Healing Garden experience. Your support helped make this happen. And thus you too are part of the healing that will forever help students, family, and friends moving forward. I am incredibly moved and grateful by the acts of generosity shown towards the university and our students, and we raised over $285,000 in order to bring this garden into being. So thank you all so very much. One of the largest donations, though, we received was the gift of time, effort, and energy, and not just a few tears as well, by the students in the College of Art and Architecture. You'll hear more about their work in a moment, but I want to draw your attention to these wonderful individuals all over here in a black shirt. Wave, everybody. I would be remiss if I didn't count them as significant contributors to this project, as the students who worked on making this happen this summer did so for no pay. They did not earn credit this summer for this project. They invested their time, effort, and energy in order to make this happen. And what you see behind me is the work of that student effort. I told our students when they began on this project last fall, just about a year ago, that they held the heart of the university in their hands and to take care of it. And they have completely honored and followed through with that. Truly, our students were the leaders through this project, and they are the reason we are standing here today dedicating this healing space. I am also very thankful for the presence of the families of Kaylee, Xana, Ethan, and Maddie, who are represented here today to help us open this location. Many of the families met with the students in the College of Art and Architecture when they were in the design phase of this project so we could incorporate their ideas and input into the memorial behind us. Our students also met with other families of students who have died over the years, and some are also in attendance today. To all of them and to all of you, I say welcome.
Hello, I want to thank everyone for coming out this evening and spending their evening in support of unveiling this amazing project. My name is Drew Giacomazzi. I graduated from the University of Idaho this past spring. While a member of the Sigma Chi fraternity and Vandal family, I was also honored to be included in the Vandal Healing Garden and Memorial Committee. The committee was an idea born from Dean Eccles following the tragic loss of Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan on November 13th, 2022. What happened on this date left family, friends, and the university scarred. During this time, the university felt dark, cold, and distant from one another. This was a feeling that was contradictory to what many Vandals at the University of Idaho know to be true. The intent of the Healing Garden is to build a unique space that unites University of Idaho's students and alumni and the greater Moscow community. While this garden contains a memorial to the 4 Vandals we lost nearly 2 years ago, this space is meant to remember every single Vandal we hold closely in our hearts that we lost. My role in the committee mirrored that of 3 other students, Jaden Anderson of the Alpha Phi sorority, along with Syringa Riley and Heather Blaschka of the Pi Beta Phi sorority. 4 of us, along with many other representatives from the various branches of the university, came together every week to discuss updates and provide feedback on all the work that went into the funding, creating, and building of this garden. Let me tell you, I had no idea how insanely complicated this process was. The early stages of the project consisted of us committee members brainstorming objectives for the memorial elements and fundraising ideas. I want to acknowledge and thank the Vandal Giving Day folks for their hard work on organizing the fundraising for this project. And then another huge thanks goes out to those who donated. Whether in-kind donations or monetary, this project would not have been completed if it were not for the generous donations from people all over the world. From the entire committee, we thank you so much for your generosity. Lastly, as mentioned, the Healing Garden would not exist in all of its beauty without the people who designed and built it. It's immensely special. This garden was designed, strategized, and built by a team of students here at the University of Idaho. Led by Professors Scott Lawrence and Mandy Roberts, this group time and time again came to every meeting with new and innovative ideas. They truly had so much passion and love for this project, and I think we can all agree how much that it shows through the work they've done here. Finally, I want to talk for just a little bit about what being a part of this committee meant to me. During my time at the University of Idaho, I was close with many Vandals who passed away. And while the university has many resources to help aid and assist through the grieving process, there's nothing that can replace the memories of those friends. In the following months after November 13th, I tried to be there for my friends whenever I could, sometimes ignoring my own needs emotionally. It became easy to slip into feelings of helplessness. When Dean Eccles reached out to me about the possibility of joining this committee, I realized that this was something I not only wanted to contribute to, but that I could approach it with compassion, intentionality, and empathy. I'm so appreciative of the relationships it led me to build with faculty and students that I may otherwise not have connected with. The process of creating this healing garden foreshadowed the purpose of the space itself, to unite the Vandal family and Moscow community and remind each of us of the love that we're capable of giving and receiving. As I embark on post-college life, my 18-month involvement in this project has cemented in my mind that while life can be short, no Vandal is alone nor forgotten. Do more of what you love to honor Kaylee. Spread that love with random acts of kindness for Maddie. Be silly and do something spontaneous and fun to honor Xana. And tell stories with an abundance of laughter to live life like Ethan. Thank you all.
So the story of the Vandal Healing Garden and Memorial is close to all of our hearts. It was over a year in development and speaks to honoring our Vandal family members. The goal of a healing garden is to touch our souls with delightful aromas, interesting textures, and soothing sounds, like the wind rustling through the leaves, and to inspire us with views and vistas that not only acknowledge our grief, but speak to a celebration of the lives who have left us, healing our hearts and souls. This particular project is about building community, and community was needed to accomplish it. From the beginning call for inspiration throughout the design process and to the actual build that happened this summer, we were supported by friends from all over campus, the region, and the Palouse, and in all phases of the projects, and that was an incredible amount of support. Last summer, we had a call for inspiration. That's how the design began. And Mandy Roberts, our CA Advisory Board and instructor for the project, was the one who suggested that. And all summer long, I got to read the submissions when people sent them in. And they brought truly inspiring ideas. They included song lyrics, poems, descriptions of how the experience of being a garden should feel, and we even got complete designs from people. They actually designed entire gardens and memorials and sent them in to us. And those submissions were passed on to the students to help inform the design in the fall when the teams of architecture and landscape architecture students taught by instructors Scott Lawrence and Mandy Roberts began the project in earnest. The students led a community-wide design charrette in late September, and a number of you joined us. We thank you for that. And then in November, showcased displays in the Student Union building to further gather thoughts and ideas from our Vandal and Moscow community. And an example of that is right over here with a letter project. And we hope that you'll take some time this afternoon and continue this project. It's an art piece that speaks to feelings about our students and feelings about your thoughts and ideas, and they'll be kept. And actually, special collections in the library will be archiving them for us. And so we really appreciate your taking the time to do that. And then conversations were held with Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan's families, along with their friends and peers from the Greek system. Professionals were brought to share their knowledge, including the architect for Lady Diana's memorial, and our own alumna, Ann Hannenberg, who's a principal of an landscape architecture firm in Spokane, and she is an expert in healing garden design. So we were fantastically appreciative of her driving down here and spending time with our students. The preliminary design was approved in December, and spring semester started with Idaho Design Build architecture students working with Scott Lawrence and the facilities landscape project manager, Selena Cord. She's a graduate. She has a bachelor's and a master's degree in landscape architecture to refine the garden design and develop the memorial design. I was inspired by everyone who worked on the project, especially the students who always kept the spirit of the project at the forefront of every decision and every action, whether it was planting flowers, compacting soil, or pouring concrete. Through it all, the Vandal spirit shined. Just like the beacon, and the beacon is back up here on the hill, and at night it shines. It shines at night for all the students we have physically lost, but honors their joyful spirits and delight in life. And that is what we're celebrating today. So right now I'd like to have all the students and the faculty come forward and get a round of applause and some cheers from you all. We really want to thank them for their efforts. Here's Thank you.
Hello, my name is Martha Smith, and I'm the student body president here at the University of Idaho. More than that, though, I had the pleasure of knowing Xana and Ethan and being in the same Greek community as Kaylee and Maddie. I'm honored to be here in front of you today to help open this healing location that will also serve as a place for me to remember these incredible people. Like many others, my life forever changed when I learned the tragedy on November 13th of 2022. My heart broke like so many others at the loss of these wonderful people is something I still think about on a regular basis. The Vandal family is a real thing, and I'm so proud to see the work that's been done to remember these individuals in such a meaningful and beautiful way. But as a student, I'm also aware that we lose other students. During my time here, I've read the Lost in the Vandal family emails that Dean Eccles has sent out whenever we lose a student who is enrolled. Those emails are a sad reminder that life is fleeting, and that we must take time to cherish the opportunities in front of us. But we also need to make sure that while we move forward, we don't forget the friends we've left in our past. And that's why I'm glad this healing garden is opening. I now have a place to come with my friends, or on my own, to leave the friends that I've lost a message, letting them know that I'm thinking about them and that I miss them. I know there are many other students at the University of Idaho who've lost friends here too, and I will also benefit from the same opportunity. So with that in mind, as we close this dedication ceremony today, I would like to read the names of my 4 friends who we've lost, but also the students who have died since them as well. In this space, this hallowed location is for all of them. After reading their names, we will have a 1-minute moment of silence to reflect on their passing. We welcome you to reflect or pray during this time. Those individuals are Kaylee Gonzalez, November 2022. Ethan Chapin, November 2022. Maddie Mogan, November 2022. Xana Kernoodle, November of 2022. Rojit Raut, January of 2023. Caden Young, March of 2023. Jason Gray, July of 2023. Ray Freiberger, July of 2023. We will now have a 1-minute moment of silence to honor and remember our lost Vandals.
close our time today, we are hopeful you will spend a moment to reflect on the friends and family who are no longer with us. I invite you to go to the table to my left where we have note cards on them so you can write a memory or a note or a message or a poem to a vandal you may be missing. Located within the alcoves behind me in the healing garden are little votives. You can roll your little message up and put it in there and leave it for your loved ones. Our fantastic team in the University Library will be curating the messages that are left on an ongoing basis moving forward. And as you walk around and through the healing garden today, look for the students who built this garden and memorial and ask them questions about their experience. And know that while the garden is substantially complete, we still have a few things to do. We need to add some signage, and a few plants need replacement due to the weather and stress of the original planting. And don't forget to look to the south end of the sculpture in the garden. And up by the trees, you'll see the beacon of light, the beacon of hope that will always shine in a moment of darkness. We have pictures of what it looks like at night, but I do invite you to come back in the evenings because it is spectacular and breathtaking to see, in addition to the lighting that has been done here in the memorial sculpture as well. Should you be inclined, we are also still accepting donations, and there's a QR code on the pictures down there at the end as well. Thank you all for coming again today. We really appreciate your time. We appreciate you being here to honor the vandals that we've lost. We miss Xana, Ethan, Maddie, and Kaylee, and I'd like to officially open the Vandal Healing Garden Memorial. Thank you all.